Minorities. America's least favorite thing to talk about, unless it's talking about their crime rates or how it's inhumane. So, what an opener. Okay, so today I'm going to be talking about why, um, if you support one minority, you have to support all minorities. So, I see it all the time where, like, I don't know, a member of the LGBTQ plus community will be like, yeah, like, I don't know, I'm not really feeling it, like, these riots and, like, these protests are a little bit extreme, like, I'm not a fan, not a fan. And if you're in, maybe, like, a person's like, oh yeah, no, I definitely stand with, like, I don't know, Black Lives Matter, but, like, I don't know, I don't like the gays, like, they're just not my cup of tea, like, ew. You can't do that. It's not like a little grab bag, you can't grab what you support and what you don't. You grab the whole bag, man. It's not, I'm sorry. I am very concerned about my health right now, but don't worry about that. Anyway, um, I really think it's very funny how people think they can just pick and choose. I really think it's very funny. I think it's comical. Because if you are a member of any minority, you support all minorities, and that's it. Because what? Why are you not? I know that's not how that works, because I know a lot of people, like, I know that there are some conservative members of the LGBT community. I do understand that. I understand it's not that simple. However, it should be, I think. I think it should be that simple. I think it should be pretty easy to understand. Like, okay. How can you support a black trans woman, man, whatever, but not support the rest of their community? What? Like, that's not how that works. That's not how that works at all. I don't understand. You're either lying about supporting any community, or you're just kind of dodgy. Like, I don't trust you. Like, that's weird. I think that's so weird, because I think that's a really common argument. Like, I'll see people, like, with a little rainbow flag in their bio, like, being like, ally. Like, I'm an ally. Oh my god. Like, look at me. I'm so woke. Like, oh my god. And then they'll be like, I swear to God, if a protester comes in, I'm gonna shoot him. It's my Second Amendment. It's my me. Like, shut up. You're stupid. Like, you're so dumb. That's just not how it works. Okay, so, first of all, for those who support the LGBT community, once again, Stonewall. I will never stop bringing up Stonewall. Stonewall was started with a riot. And if you don't know what Stonewall is, it was the beginning of LGBT rights. And it was a huge riot. Huge. It was so big. Like, it was so big, and it got us a lot more people listening and a lot more people taking our rights seriously. So, we were started by a riot. Like, why? If you say that you support them, that's what we started as. So would you have supported us then, or no? Or are you only, like, a little bit supportive? Like, oh, well, I have a couple of friends that are gay, so, like, I guess I'm an ally, but, like, oh, I don't know. If I was alive then, I probably would have burned them. Teehee, I would have reported them to the police. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, because that's what you're sounding like. Or women out there. Oh, God. My women. If you are a woman who does not support the Black Lives Matter movement, first of all, I bet you claim that we're oppressed. Like, well, not claim. Technically, yeah, there are still a lot of problems with that. However, you're gonna yell about, oh, the wage gap. I'm not treated fairly. Sexual harassment is way bigger in women. Like, oh, we're so oppressed. Male oppression, which is a big issue and needs to be adjusted too. But then, when a race is oppressed, you step back. You're like, whoa. sorry, buckaroo. Like, good luck. Hope you don't get maced. Like, that's so stupid. That's so stupid. God. Guys, women, ladies, my good old ladies listening, alright? We were also, our voting rights were also started by a riot. Like literally what? I I don't get it. I'll never get it. I will never understand. I will never understand physically or mentally how, what, and my little white men, my little white little Republican men, you know, I don't really think it's a difference between Democratic and Republican at this point. People keep making that point. They're like, oh, well, the Democrats support this and the Republicans support that. No. I've seen support on both sides, and I've seen rejection on both sides. I really don't think it's a Republican or a Democratic thing anymore. Because, first of all, this movement isn't political. Duh. People really keep making this movement political when it really does not need to be, you understand, because this movement is not anywhere near political, actually. It's a matter of common decency and human life. Sorry, your little elephant and donkey can't do much about that. It's more about, hey, anyone who is in power, doesn't matter what party they're from, could you please listen to us? Maybe stop killing our people. Thank you. Thank you very much. Yep, that's all. So, but anyway, my white cisgendered, cis sexuality, whatever. My white men, you know, who love some good old titty, you know, just enjoy it. Shut up. I'm so sorry. You really don't get an opinion on this. Because, okay, unless, how do I phrase this without being able to open up little plot holes? Because, you know, they really love to find, like, oh, I don't get an opinion. Oh, well, you seem to, so, like, I'm gonna give you no, that's not how that works. Because my opinion is not trying to purposefully harm other people. Your opinion is trying to oppress people. And see, that's the difference. That's the difference, you see. Unless you are for this movement, you're a bad person. You're a bad person because you are willing to oppress an entire race. For just a little bit of a reform. Just like, hoping, like, oh, hey, could we, like, defund the police and actually, like, give it to people who could have actual, like, specialized duties instead of people being able to shoot them at a traffic stop or, like, kneel on their neck for 8 minutes. Like, could we do that? And you're like, blue lives matter, all lives matter, like, oh my god, like, blue lives matter. No. You don't get to speak. Because you have never faced oppression in your entire life. Unless you are under a different religion than Christianity, you have never faced oppression. If you are a white Christian straight man, you get no opinion. You get this much of an opinion. You get no opinion. Because you've never been oppressed. You don't know how it feels, first of all. You have no idea. And you know what? Good. I'm glad that you don't know how it feels, because oppression kind of sucks, if you didn't know. However, that's it. Like, you have never faced any amount of oppression at all. Oh, someone called you a Bible thumper in 5th grade. Yeah, sucks, I guess. Like, that's it. Like, you're so stupid. If you just don't get that opinion. You don't get the opinion to be able to be an asshole and literally repress people for no reason. Like, that should be obvious. But these guys really think, like, oh, haha, like, if protesters come into my city, I'm shooting them dead. Like, they're dead. Okay. That's murder. And you'll probably get away with it, you know, whatever. Whatever. But, I just think it's really funny that you think that voicing your open opinion to, like, being like, ah, yeah, pew pew, like, ha, like, murder, that's awful. Like, where did your humanity go? Where did your morals go? And morals can be different between people, you know? Like, I personally don't think it's okay to shoot people when they're just trying to voice an opinion, because First Amendment right, oh my god, we love using amendments, right? Like, you guys especially love these amendments. First Amendment rights. Freedom of speech? Yeah. Heard of it? Cool. There you go. Here it is. That's why. So you really don't get to talk. You don't get to shoot people for using their First Amendment rights when you are enacting your second. See? Yeah, do you understand? Cool. But, yeah, no, it's just not, it's that simple. Like, I don't understand why people are so confused. What? Just what? I know. That must not have made sense. I was all over the place in that comment. However, if you piece it together, if you are willing to shoot a person for voicing their First Amendment right, you are a bad person. And if you make jokes about it, or if you make any racist jokes, you are a bad person. If you make jokes, or if you make a joke out of this movement that it should be taken incredibly seriously, you are a bad person. If you threaten to shoot a person and take their lives for just funsies, you know, just being like, well, they were black, oopsie, you're a bad person. If you call the police for them riding a bike out of a shed that was probably their bike, you're a bad person. If you profile people based on race and race alone, you're a bad person. And do you understand where this ball is going to? Stop taking race as a threat. It's not. It's not. There are 99% of school shooters are white, but oh, do you hear that? No one talks about that, though. Because as soon as a black guy kills another black guy, it's, oh, game over, guys. No, calm down. It's the black people who are dangerous. We're psychotic. Like, white people, black people can do, like petty crimes. Whatever. Great. Cool. Sick. But have you ever heard of, like, a mass shooter that wasn't white? White people go big or go home. They're scary. They're the ones that you should be like, hey, you're acting kind of sus. Like, you're a little bit suspicious. I don't trust you. But then here we are profiling people who probably are just doing just fine. You know, whatever. Why are we not profiling white people? Honestly, they're spooky. White guys? Don't trust them. They're a little bit spooky. Like, honestly, they're a bit scary. Have you ever, like, seen on the news that, like, a radical act of, like, domestic terrorism wasn't by a white guy? Like, honestly, I'm not talking about, like, terrorism, like, Twin Towers or whatever. I'm talking, like, oh, this bank was blown up. Oh, yeah, by that white guy who killed himself in it, but, like, he had mental illness, so, oopsie. Like, that's so crazy. Why are we not talking about this? Why are you not supporting this movement instead of but you're still like, yeah, white people, safest, you know? Because that's what bothers you, right? Black people, it's not like an all lives matter type thing, because you don't care about the indigenous women who are going missing. You don't care about whatever. You just care about white people. But why? Why do you? Like, God, that's so terrifying. That's so scary. But you're like, that black guy's riding a bike looking weird. Nah, don't trust it. That's so scary. That's such a scary idea to keep in your head. So you're not gonna support the Black Lives Movement. You're gonna just keep being like, well, maybe if he wasn't trying to say he couldn't breathe and he wasn't trying to resist, he would have been alive. But then you're the same type of person who'd be like, yeah, oh, fuck, those 17 kids that died in that school shooting, yeah, real sad, but, like, he had mental illness, he didn't get into art school, yeah, I just use Hitler, he didn't get to art school, like, shit, like, you're the same kind of person, you would have been a Nazi, wouldn't you? Like, you wouldn't have been a Nazi, huh? Because, like, if you think about it, same difference, right? It's the same thing. Like, if you don't support the Black Lives Movement, you would have been a Nazi. Or you would have, like, agreed with Nazis. You'd have been like, wow, damn, man, must suck to be the millions of Jews that are dying, but, like, I don't know, like, devil's advocate here. The Nazis were kind of just pressured into it, like, whatever. You're that person, aren't you? You're the devil's advocate. Yeah, okay, I see you. Alright, well, hope you enjoy being on the side of history when it repeats itself, which it is repeating itself, for supporting Nazis. I hope you enjoy that title. And if you support Black Lives Movement and you have been watching this whole thing, thank you for watching it. I know it's been all over the place, but honestly, it was worth it. I think it was funny. So yeah. I know, that was some weird points. I just sat, but yeah, once again, I just sit in my bedroom talking and rambling, so hope you enjoy that kind of content. Hope you enjoyed. Support Black Lives Matter, stay educated, and don't be stupid. And don't support Nazis. Okay, bye.